I can explain. What's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to another Major League Baseball recap. Today is special for so many different reasons. The first official MLB game of 2019 is in the books, but it comes at a cost because we are losing. I'm emotional just thinking about it again. We are losing one of the greatest players in the history of baseball. Ichiro Suzuki is saying goodbye. I'm going to be honest with you guys, if Ichiro started his career in America playing professional baseball for the Mariners, the dude probably would have had more base hits than Pete Rose as an American professional, because a lot of people don't say that he's the hit king. But you know what? I think that you can make a pretty interesting case, because in Ichiro's first 10 years in the big leagues, he hit 372 one time. He had 10 straight seasons of 200 plus hits, including the Major League record 262 base hits back in his first couple seasons. So I would say the top contact hitters of all time now include Pete Rose, Rod Carew, Tony Gwynn, Ichiro, and probably Wade Boggs. I mean, those guys, they were just unreal. Not to mention, Ichiro also won 10 straight Gold Gloves. He had one of the best arms in Major League Baseball history, and he could steal you a bag pretty much whenever he wanted. I think he was also closing in on the record for most infield base hits. So Ichiro, he was a class act. He was one of the most polarizing players to ever grace the diamond, and I just wanted to say thank you for everything that you've done. He was pretty much Yao Ming when Yao Ming was still in the league. So Ichiro, Yao Ming, they have made a profound impact on their home countries, and I'm really happy that Ichiro got to retire in Japan, although I was sleeping, so I'm not sure really how that works out, but that's why you guys are subscribed to Fuzzy, because even though you're asleep, you guys still get to see all the highlights. So again, one more time, I'm gonna tip my cap off to you, Ichiro, and hide whatever's in the world is that. But if you guys do think that Ichiro is a first ballot Hall of Famer, make sure you slap a like on this video, because in my opinion, I believe that Ichiro is going to get it on his first try, and if he doesn't, yeah, we're gonna have to do some tweaking to the Hall of Fame. Also, fun fact from Fuzzy, in Ichiro's first ever game, the Mariners beat the A's by a score of 5-4. In Ichiro's final game of his career, the Mariners beat the A's 5-4. I mean, that's a storybook ending. We saw the first bat flip of the season, the first grand slam. The Mariners are off to a hot start. Mitch Haniger has proven that he is one of the best outfielders in the league and up and coming. He's gonna have another breakout season. So we're gonna go ahead and roll the tapes. But again, Ichiro, thank you for everything.
That one is smashed. That one is smashed. That one is smashed. That one is smashed. Santana drives one the opposite way. Hit pretty well. This one is gone. Wow.
By the Seattle Mariners.
And I think that number is going to stay at 7, don't you? That is not out. It's out of here.
For Estrada, which is a fly ball hitter. Out of those 7 outs, 5 of them have been in the infield pop-ups. And no ground balls.
So we have a lot of topics to get into today because I was out of town, so I was not able to talk about the Mike Trout signing. So we will bring that up. But before we do that, we have yet another feel-good story. So Alek Thomas, you guys might not know who that is, but he's an up-and-coming prospect for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He hit a home run yesterday, and his dad is actually a coach in the other dugout. So I'm going to go ahead and roll the clip right now because this made my heart happy. It made me smile. And if we go from Ichiro to Alek Thomas hitting a home run in front of his dad, I mean, this video is just, it's hitting all the feels right now.
From Giolito. Dad gave it a look, and this ball flies. Hey, hey, Dad. You want it? Ah, there it is. He said zip it.
Alright guys, so now that we have all of these sentimental, mushy stuff out the way, I don't think that there's going to be any more tears for the rest of this video. We have to talk about the mega deal that Mike Trout got and deserves. 12 years, $426.5 million, so we'll just round up and say 12 years, $430 million. I mean, my gosh. How many burritos can that buy? In my opinion, I feel like that is the perfect contract, and maybe he might actually outplay that contract because Mike Trout, he might go down as the greatest baseball player of all time. But before I ask you what you guys think of this contract, we're going to go ahead and kick it to Bryce Harper and see what he has to say.
First pitch to Harper, swung on, and that one's hit to the right field, and it's hit well, and that ball is gone. Bryce Harper's first home run as a Philly.
I'm telling you, I just noticed his swings yesterday. His pitch recognition is there, and he hits a bullet out to right field.
I wanted. You know, I got the length that I wanted, and you know, all the money and things like that. I got more money than, you know, I'll know what to do with it. So once I knew Trout was going to sign, it's inevitable. You know, he was going to be the highest paid player in the game in all of sports. So each organization, it's good for the game to be able to get a guy like that, a superstar player like that, the amount of money he got, and you know, he's very deserving of it.
I'm just happy that Bryce is being humble about it because he was trying to recruit Mike Trout as recent as a week ago, so I just think it's kind of ironic how Mike Trout makes no big deal about it. He signs it on a Tuesday morning and then goes on with his day. That's why a lot of people like Mike Trout, but then again, that's why a lot of people think that Mike Trout is not a true superstar because he doesn't talk too much. I don't know. I think Mike Trout could do a better job at marketing baseball. You know what? 12 years, $430 million. He's doing something, right? So what do you guys make of this contract? Do you like it? Do you think that these long-term deals are a bad idea? Because we've seen Manny Machado get 10 years, Bryce Harper got 13, Josh Hamilton, Albert Pujols, Robinson Cano, they've all gotten long contracts, and for the most part, they haven't really played out too well, so let me know what you guys think. In the last week, we not only have seen Mike Trout get an extension, but we've also seen Alex Bregman get a 5-year, $100 million extension, which is a lot of money. We saw Eloy Jimenez get a 6-year, $43 million extension, and he hasn't even played in the big leagues yet. And then last but not least, one free agent that we have to talk about now because Mike Trout was the cream of the crop, but now that he's off the books, he is signed with the Angels for the next forever. Mookie Betts is going to be a free agent pretty soon. And just to remind you guys, he declined an 8-year, $200 million contract from the Red Sox last year, so Mookie's going to get paid as well. I'm not sure if it's going to be more than Trout, but it's going to be up there. It's crazy to say that I've never had this happen to me to where a ball's hit up in the air and I just don't even have to move. I just stand there and just catch it. So Yasiel Puig, he read the scouting report perfectly. He was in the absolute best spot and he made this easy grab. It's kind of funny to watch.
Especially if it rolls out of the dirt area.
Elevated to right. Puig doesn't have to move.
One of the best closing pitchers of all time is still a free agent. We're talking about Craig Kimbrel. There has been leaks and reports saying that the Milwaukee Brewers are heavily pursuing Craig Kimbrel. Now, I will say that last year in 2018, the Brewers bullpen had a 3.47 ERA, which was actually top 5 in the National League. So if they can get Craig Kimbrel on their team, I'm not sure how that would really work because they would have Corey Knebel, they would have Jeremy Jeffries, Josh Hader, and Craig Kimbrel. So that would be an absolutely lethal bullpen. Will they do it? I'm not really too sure because he's still expecting to get a ton of cash. Now, a lot of people are saying that he wasn't very good last year for the Red Sox in the postseason. He still had a pretty decent year, but a lot of people are saying that he's not worth the money that he's expecting and that he's commanding. So I'm not really too sure what to make of it. I'd be hoping that the Indians, you know, my team, we don't have a closer because we lost Cody Allen and we lost Andrew Miller. I would hope that the Indians would be pursuing and maybe spend a little bit more money because that would make me feel a little bit better. But would you guys want your favorite team to sign Craig Kimbrel? Tell me in the comment section yes or no, and then give me a reason why. And yeah, it's kind of weird. Again, one of the best closers of all time statistically is still on the market. Crazy to say. So guys, I think that pretty much wraps it up. The first chunk of the video was dedicated to Ichiro because he is an ambassador of the game, not only in America, but in Japan as well. Obviously, he's from there. That's his home country. So just to see him retire in Japan in front of his home crowd and everything like that, it was just amazing to see. The last story that I want to bring up real quick, I do like to spotlight a player every single week. Maybe not the player of the week because it's kind of hard to track stats week by week in spring training, but there's a player by the name of Teoscar Hernandez who is actually performing pretty well and probably will get a starting spot this season because he has a .410 batting average to go along 2 home runs and 8 RBIs, and he has 6 walks and 39 at-bats. So that plate discipline, if you guys are watching right now, try and learn plate discipline because I can promise you guys, if you strike out less and walk more, it's going to lead to better pitches, more base hits, and just you're going to be really good. Just like every other Major League Baseball recap, we're going to go ahead and end this video with the home runs of the last couple days because the last recap I did was 2 days ago, so there hasn't really been too many since then. But Corey Seager is officially back. A couple years ago, Corey Seager was a top 5 NL MVP candidate, so he is really good. And the fact that he's been out for quite some time with Tommy John injury, he's back. He hit this dinger right here, followed up by Nolan Arenado and a couple other guys. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you guys did enjoy today's MLB recap. If you did, slap a like on this video, subscribe for more baseball content, and enjoy the home runs.
Corey Seager with an 0-1 count. He swings and he drills one deep to right center field. This ball's back. This ball's gone. Corey Seager with a home run, and it's 3-1 Dodgers.
He got off to a very slow start last year. Everybody was wondering, well, what's going on with a two-time Gold Glove winner? Now, he struggled in the first month, but boy, when he got hot, did he ever get hot?
High drive to right. And gone.
Are you saying something?
I'm just saying. High fly ball, deep left center field. Nolan has caught enough. Solo home run for Arenado.